August 2025. Palm Beach, Florida. Donald Trump walks on stage at Mar-a-Lago for what should have been just another donor dinner. No press, no cameras, no script. But someone hit record. And by sunrise, one name was tearing through the internet like wildfire. Jasmine Crockett. You seen this woman? Total disaster. Backed by radicals. We have intel. She's supporting activists targeting ICE facilities, not protests, sabotage, and the DOJ sleeping on it. Narrator, sharp. The room laughed, but America didn't. Within hours, Crockett leaks was trending worldwide. Fox News anchor, confident tone. Is Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett funding anti-government extremists? MSNBC host, outraged tone. Trump smears a rising black congresswoman. Again, narrator, building pace. The left called it slander. The right, a righteous warning. Everyone else couldn't look away. But Jasmine Crockett, she didn't flinch. She fired back. Reading tweet, steady, cutting tone. Donald Trump is a coward. He lost the presidency. He's losing in court. And now, he's losing his mind. Keep my name out of your fantasy briefings and desperate press tours. 4 million views. 10 minutes. Narrator, rising intensity. By noon, she stood before a sea of cameras in Dallas. Crockett, strong, defiant, mic in hand. Donald Trump couldn't handle a real woman in power. If she walked into his golf course and handed him a subpoena. I don't fund sabotage. I fund justice. Narrator, cold, deliberate. And just like that, the battle line was drawn. Not between left and right, not black and white, but between the politics of fear and the power of defiance. This wasn't a smear. This was a signal. Trump had picked his next fight. And Crockett? She wasn't backing down. Day 2. Washington, D.C. wakes up in a frenzy. Emails flood the Hill, TV panels go live, and one phrase echoes louder than the rest. Foreign-backed disruptions, funded from inside the House. Where did it come from? A leaked memo. Anonymous, unverified, and yet instantly viral. Reading memo excerpt. Monotone, robotic tone. Subject, Rep. Crockett. Ties to protest networks confirmed. Potential foreign influence flagged. Advise immediate containment strategy. The memo bore the seal of Homeland Security, but digital sleuths noticed the font was wrong. The signature cropped. The metadata empty, fake. But the damage? Very, very real. Fox News panelist, aggressive. If this is true, Crockett needs to resign today. If it's not, she still needs to answer for who she associates with. Narrator, cool, deliberate. CNN tried to fact-check. Too late. The image had already burned into the public mind. Cut to TikTok clips, YouTube montages, choppy, fast transitions. She's not just loud, she's dangerous. Operation Disrupt. Look it up. Trump warned us, and now we see it. Narrator, pacing slows. Meanwhile, Crockett retreats, strategically. No press, no tweets, just silence. Until. C-SPAN, Congressional Oversight Hearing. Live. Chairperson, gavel slams. The committee recognizes the gentlewoman from Texas, Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett. Crockett, cool, composed, voice steady. You've all had your fun. Anonymous memos, edited screenshots, fear campaigns dressed as national security alerts. Let me be clear. I have nothing to hide. But some of you, you're hiding behind microphones because you're afraid of my microphone. Silence. Narrator, low, slow. The room didn't breathe. Even C-SPAN's comment section lit up. One user wrote, I didn't know who she was before. Now I want her running the country. Narrator, energy rises. Outside the Capitol, protesters gather. Some wave Crockett signs, others wave flags, upside down. The air, crackling. Right-wing commentator on live stream. She's destabilizing the discourse. That's how it starts. First it's words, then it's action. Watch. Narrator, firm. No arrests, no violence, but the message, clear. Trump's words had found fertile ground. Clip. Trump rally in Iowa, crowd roaring. She thinks she's untouchable. Well, guess what? We're going to touch that seat in Congress next election. 3 weeks in, and the noise refuses to die. Trump's allies double down. Talk radio spins conspiracies, and Fox News airs a special report with one message: Crockett is compromised. Anchor, serious, theatrical delivery. We now have exclusive footage. Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett entering a known protest hub in South Dallas. The timing? Highly suspicious. Narrator, cutting in. But known protest hub turned out to be a food bank. The footage? Edited, overexposed, and pulled from a 2019 hurricane relief visit. Crockett doesn't tweet, she drops a video. High production. Low mercy. Crockett, direct-to-camera, poised but fierce. You think you can bury me in lies? I've buried family. I've buried friends. You think your fake clips and stitched-up stories scare me? I came to serve, but if it's war you want, you better pack a lunch. Narrator, rising beat. Boom. 3 million views in under an hour. By morning, her campaign site crashes under donation traffic. But then, a curveball. News anchor, breathless. A whistleblower has come forward, with recordings allegedly made inside Mar-a-Lago, suggesting Trump plotted the smear campaign against Crockett months in advance. Cut to leaked audio, grainy, tense. You hit 'em early, hit 'em hard, get the headlines. Truth doesn't matter if you own the first page. Narrator, slow burn. The internet ignites. Hashtag Trump tapes trends for 72 hours. Conservative media tries to spin, but even GOP moderates start asking questions. Republican strategist on MSNBC, cautious. This may not be a campaign misstep. It could be coordinated disinformation. And that is a national security issue. Narrator, cool, steady. Crockett calls a press conference, this time on the steps of the Texas state capitol. Crockett, no notes, no teleprompter, just fire. I'm done explaining myself. This isn't about me. This is about power. A man who can't stand losing, who built his empire on fear, and now wants to burn the house down because a black woman won't blink. Narrator, firm, rising tempo, the crowd erupts. Even the New York Times calls it the most viral political moment of the year. But Trump? He doesn't retreat. He retaliates. Trump, Truth Social post, read aloud mockingly. Crockett is a fraud, should be investigated. Sad. Narrator, measured. Sad? Maybe, but also predictable. Because what started as a smear was now a movement, not just to defend Crockett, but to expose how far some will go to silence women like her. Narrator, pause, slow whisper. This wasn't a collapse, this was a climb. Original works on. The fire is no longer political. It's personal. And it's everywhere. Cable news, non-stop coverage. Podcasts, dedicated episodes. TikTok, a battleground of edits, rants, and remixes. Clips montage, layered voices, glitch effects. Crockett is what the left's been waiting for. She's too dangerous to ignore. Trump can't handle strong women, history repeats. Narrator, crisp. Then came the leak. Not about Crockett, not about Trump, but about the machine behind both. News anchor, breaking news tone. A joint investigation by The Intercept and Wired reveals a shadow pack, codenamed Project Tidefall, a clandestine effort to amplify divisive content on both sides. to destabilize trust in the political system. Narrator, chilling pause. Guess who's on the donor list? A former Trump superdonor, and a tech exec whose foundation previously sponsored criminal justice panels, with Crockett as a keynote speaker. Narrator, whisper, intense. Suddenly the question isn't who's right, it's who's pulling the strings. Trump at a rally, shouting over crowd. They're all in on it. Fake left, fake right. They want to destroy me because I fight for you. Narrator, mocking tone. A classic deflection. But Crockett? She goes deeper. Crockett. Calm, surgical tone during MSNBC interview. Project Tidefall is what happens when billionaires get bored of democracy. They play with us like pawns. But this pawn, I just flipped the board. Narrator, rising music bed, slow build. Donations spike again. College campuses hold watch parties for her speeches. Her approval rating among black women hits 89%. And then, a subpoena. Reporter, stunned tone. Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett has been officially subpoenaed by a House subcommittee chaired by Trump loyalists. Narrator, cold, precise. The reason? Suspicion of unreported foreign lobbying. Zero evidence. No paper trail. Just a move to drag her into hearings right before the midterms. Crockett steps to podium, looks straight at the camera. You think dragging me into a room full of cowards will scare me? Baby, I've been cross-examined by worse. You want to fight in front of the whole country? Let's sell tickets. Narrator, firm, controlled. Within hours, her supporters flood the Capitol lawn, signs everywhere. Let her speak. Truth on trial. Trump fears Crockett. Even late-night hosts chime in. Stephen Colbert impersonating Trump. I'd like to investigate Crockett's charisma because it's clearly illegal. Narrator, serious again. And as the committee prepares their questions, Crockett prepares a plan. She won't just testify. She'll televise. She'll weaponize their own circus and turn it into a spectacle. Capitol Hill, room 2456. Every seat filled. Cameras rolling. Hashtags already trending. House Oversight Subcommittee on Foreign Influence Investigations. Except today, this isn't oversight, it's ambush theater. Chairman, smug, performative. Congresswoman Crockett, you're here today to answer for allegations of unlawful foreign lobbying connected to activist groups operating overseas. Narrator, clipped, biting. No evidence, no indictments, just innuendo wrapped in bureaucracy. Crockett, calm, seated, mic live. Let's be clear, I wasn't invited, I was hunted. This isn't a hearing, it's a headline operation. Narrator, rising intensity. Republicans try to rattle her, shuffling papers, throwing legalese like grenades. Congressman Doyle, Remarkable Pinston Texan, can you confirm or deny receiving any gifts, payments, or assistance from individuals affiliated with the Nigerian Social Action Collective? Crockett, deadpan. I can confirm you just made that up. And also, that I've never stepped foot in Nigeria, unless y'all redefined geography last night. Laughter breaks out. Narrator, triumphant tone. But the knockout isn't a one-liner. It's a dossier. Crockett pulls out a folder. Crockett controlled fire. Since y'all love investigations so much, let's talk about these. 8 flagged payments made to Project Tidefall from shell companies, all connected, to PACs that funded your campaigns. Silence. Narrator, slow and deliberate. Suddenly the room changes. Chairs shift. Eyes dart. One congressman quietly turns off his mic. Crockett, leaning in. I'm not the one who needs a lawyer here. Narrator, dramatic swelling score. That clip? Exploded across every feed. CNN, Crockett flips the script. MSNBC, masterclass in composure. Fox News, awkward silence. Trump, watching from Mar-a-Lago, responds like he always does. Trump, Truth Social post, petulant tone. Jasmine Crockett is a disgrace. Sad excuse for a leader. No class. Narrator, snarky tone. Except this time, nobody listens. Not even his base. Because a poll drops the next morning. Who won the hearing? Crockett, 71%. The committee, 18%. Undecided, 11%. Narrator, rising hope. She leaves the hearing room, to cheers. People lined the Capitol steps, chanting one word, Jasmine. Narrator, now reflective. And here's the twist no one predicted. That smear campaign, that desperate hearing, it launched a movement. Young Democrats launched the Crockett Caucus. Voter registrations among black women surged by 28% in key swing states. Her Act Blue crashed again, this time raising $4.1 million in 48 hours. Crockett on The View smiling. I came to Congress to serve. They tried to silence me. Now, I'm just getting started. Trump tried to bury her under scandal, but instead, he dug up his own irrelevance. Because Jasmine Crockett didn't just survive, she dominated. She exposed the system, and in doing so, she rewrote the rules. Final line, whispered with weight, and this time, the headlines belong to her. Narrator, calm, confident tone. If you want to stay informed on stories like this, the ones that shape the headlines before they break, then don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. We've got more coming, a lot more.